This is Alexander from Climbing Mountains Media YouTube channel. We're back with our segment, Contractor Horror Stories with Kingdom Electric, Miguel Prieto. He has another story to go with this trilogy. If you remember, the first one was Big Sister, and now he has a new one that he's brought to us. Take it away.
So, doing the first horror story got me thinking about an actual scary thing that happened on the job site. So this was, it was the beginning. It was the beginning of the school year. I remember this because this customer had just moved in from out of state into San Antonio, Texas, and they had contacted one of our great partners, contractors, that for us to go do electrical work and remodel their home before they moved in. So we're in there, and the first day that we walked in there, they had a little bit of furniture, not so much, like a big sofa on the upstairs living room. So there's a closet. You go up the stairs in the house, there's a closet towards the back of that room, right? And me and my helper were walking up there because that was going to be the data room where we're going to put in all the media stuff, and we're going to have a dedicated circuit up in there for them to power up all their data things, their computer network and all that stuff. So when we're walking through, in the sofa that was there, empty in that room, there was a little boy sitting down on the sofa, and we said good morning, and we just went over to the corner of the room to start working in the closet. We leave the room, and the little boy is gone. So we don't pay any mind to it. We continue working. We continue on with the project. As we pass more time there with the family, we start realizing that we don't see the little boy anymore. We only see two little girls. So I asked the homeowner, I'm like, ma'am, how many kids do you have? And she said, just my two little girls. And I said, you don't have a son? I said, no, it's just my two little girls. So then I call out my helper, and I was like, son, how many kids does the lady have? And he said, 3, the two little girls and the little boy. And then the lady just looked at me, and I was like, hold on. I said, just wait for this. I told the lady. And I called another of my helpers and said, son, how many kids does the lady have? And this young man says, well, 3, the 2 daughters and the little boy. So then we're like, okay. She goes, why are you asking this? Well, after all my workers, went back to working, and I'm still talking to the homeowner, and I'm like, and her husband's there too, and I'm like, well, the whole thing is that I was up in the attic yesterday with one of my helpers, and we're gonna put some temporary, not temporary light, some safety lighting up in the attic so they could see, the attic. So I was gonna walk my helper through the attic to set up the light at this point and another light at this point, and we're crawling in through the attic, and I'm talking, and then I feel like they touch my face. So my instinct was to turn back, because dude, why did you do that for? But when I said that, he answered me from the other side of the attic. So when I realized that I was alone in this dark attic and something had touched my face, I freaked out. So then my helper starts screaming from the other side, what do you need? What do you need? Why are you calling me? And I'm like, oh, nothing. You keep on going. You know where to put the lights. And I rush downstairs. And this is the point that I ran into the lady, and I started asking her these questions. And then, so what we ended up realizing is that there was a spirit of a little kid in this home that the daughters had already told her about, that they felt uneasy in their bedrooms because they feel like the light would turn on in the hallway without them doing it. So they had their house blessed, and we continue to go back, and they continue to be our customers, and we end up seeing that the harmony in the home, the environment has changed. So the blessing, the prayers that they did in there worked out. But yeah, that was my horror story. That's what I thought this was all about. So thank you for having me on the show again, and we'll see you again later.